Hey everyone, welcome to It's Easy Coding. Today we are diving deep into AWS S3, starting right from the basics, creating an S3 bucket and understanding its core concepts. If you're looking to store data in the cloud, S3 is your go-to service. In this video, we'll learn how to create a bucket, upload files, and most importantly, how to make those files publicly accessible. Let's get started. First, let's understand what S3 is. S3 stands for Simple Storage Service. Just like you have shelves or drawers at home to store different items, in S3 you store files. And where these files are kept, we call them buckets. You can think of a bucket as a folder, but on a massive cloud scale with virtually infinite storage. Every bucket needs to be created in a specific AWS region, like Mumbai, US East, Ireland, etc. Choosing this location is crucial for factors like data residency, compliance, and minimizing latency for your users. But there's a very important rule. Your bucket's name must be globally unique. This means no other user anywhere in AWS should have already taken that name. If someone else has already used the same name, you'll receive an error. This global uniqueness applies across all AWS accounts and all regions. Alright, let's see how all this works practically. First, log into your AWS Management Console. In the top search bar, simply type S3 and hit enter. You'll be taken to the Amazon S3 service page. On the left sidebar, you'll find the Buckets option. Click on it. Then on the right side of the screen, click on the Create Bucket button. First, give your bucket a name. Remember, this name must be globally unique. If you see an error like this bucket name is already taken, it means someone else has already used that name. Try a different unique name. Next, you need to select an AWS region. I'll choose Asia Pacific, Mumbai, or US East Virginia for this demo. You can select any region based on your preference, location, or compliance needs. Now, let's talk about object ownership. If you keep this option disabled, meaning ACLs disabled, then any file or object you upload to this bucket will be owned by the AWS account that created the bucket, regardless of who uploads the file. We'll keep the default setting here, which is ACLs disabled. This is a very crucial section. Block public access settings. By default, AWS keeps this enabled for security reasons. Having this checked means your bucket will be completely private. No user will be able to publicly access data from this bucket without explicit permissions. For strong security, we'll keep this enabled for now. Here you'll also find the bucket versioning option. For now, it's disabled. We discussed in our previous short how useful this feature is for managing multiple file versions for backups or auditing. We'll explore this topic in more detail in future videos. Leave the remaining settings as default, scroll down and click on Create Bucket. Once your bucket is successfully created, navigate inside it. Now we'll upload a file. Click on the Upload button. Select any file from your computer. For instance, I'm selecting this test JPEG image. Click Open. Review the details and then click Upload again. In a moment, your file will be uploaded to the bucket. After the file is uploaded, click on that specific file or object. You'll see an object URL here. Copy this URL. Now open a new browser tab and try to access this URL. See, you'll get an access denied or an error message. Why does this happen? Because we kept block public access enabled. This means our bucket is currently completely private and no one can access its contents publicly. So far, we've learned your bucket name must be globally unique, it's created in a specific region, and with block public access enabled, your bucket remains private by default. But what if you want some of your files to be publicly accessible? Now let's move to the most crucial part. How to grant public access to your S3 bucket objects using a bucket policy. We'll need to follow a few steps for this. Go back to your bucket and click on the Permissions tab. Here you'll find the Block Public Access settings. To allow public access, you'll need to untick the Block All Public Access checkbox. AWS will show you a warning message, confirm it, and then click Save Changes. Now we need to create a bucket policy. If you're not comfortable writing policies manually, don't worry, we'll use the AWS Policy Generator. Click on Edit within the Bucket Policy section and then click on the AWS Policy Generator link. In the Policy Generator, select S3 Bucket Policy as the type of policy. The effect will be Allow. For Principal, enter star, which means granting access to everyone. For Service, select Amazon S3. In Action, choose Get Dar. This action gives permission only to read files. And for the Amazon resource name, ARN, provide your buckets ARN in this format. Remember to replace your dash bucket name with your actual bucket's name. Now click Add Statement and then Generate Policy. Copy the generated JSON policy. Go back to your S3 Buckets Permissions tab, paste the copied policy into the Bucket Policy Editor and click Save Changes. Great, everything should be set now. Let's try to access our file again. Go inside your bucket, select the file and copy its object URL and paste it into your browser to open. Your file is now publicly accessible without requiring any login. If you encounter an error like the bucket policy has an unknown error while pasting the policy, the main reasons could be that you didn't disable block public access or the ARN format in your policy is incorrect. Ensure these steps are followed correctly. So today we learned how to create an S3 bucket with a globally unique name and in a specific region, upload files, understand the block public access settings, and most importantly, how to use a bucket policy to grant public access to your files. These are basic but essential concepts of S3. I hope you found this video helpful and learned something new. If this video was useful to you, please like it, share it, and don't forget to subscribe to It's Easy Coding. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, happy learning.